This brings us back to the present. Fontaine promptly tries to kill Jack, but Jack follows a little sister to safety where he falls unconscious. Jack wakes up in Tenenbaum's safe house where she keeps all the little girls she and Jack have saved. Tenenbaum tells Jack that she has broken some of Fontaine's mental conditioning on him, but that the process isn't complete, and Fontaine can still do some nasty things to him. She tells him that Su Chong helped design him, and that his office will have the answers Jack needs to gain freedom from Fontaine.
We made your mind with many locks and keys. Fontaine has most of those keys, but not all. Su Chong designed your mind, taught Fontaine to control you. You might find answers in Su Chong's flat in Mercury Suites.
Jack fights through Fontaine's attempts to stop him, and eventually finds Su Chong's dead body and his last audio diary, in which he slaps away a little sister while tinkering with the Big Daddy.
Clinical trial protector system, plasmid lot 255. Dr. Su Chong, client Ryan Industries. Very frustrating day. I can't seem to get the damn Big Daddies to imprint on the little brats. The protection bond is just not forming. Get away. Maybe if I modify the genetics sequence to allow for... Get away, you filthy little shit! What? What are you doing? Get it back! Get back!
After grabbing what he needed from Su Chong's office, Jack goes through a long process of becoming a Big Daddy in order to proceed through a special passageway accessible only to the Big Daddies and the Little Sisters. At the end of this trip with the Little Sister, Jack comes upon the elevator to Fontaine. Fontaine announces over the radio that he's never actually tried any genetic enhancements. Now, however, he decides to use all of his hoarded Atom, and he tries every splicing technique he knows of. When Jack emerges from the elevator, he finds a Fontaine that is not recognizably human, stretched to a metal device with several large tubes of Atom pulsing straight into his body. He appears in many ways like an Art Deco stylized human, like the figure that holds up the globe in the early stages of the game. After a drawn-out battle where Fontaine uses all of his powers and even calls on splicers and security bots to help him, Jack eventually defeats Fontaine with the help of the Little Sisters.
I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I know what is. And now,
Upon completion of the game, one of two cinematics take place. If the player harvested one or less of the Little Sisters, they will receive this good ending.
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. a family.
If the player harvested most of the Little Sisters, they will receive 2 slight variations of this ending.
They offered you everything, yes. And in return, you gave them what I have come to expect of you. Brutality. You took what you wanted. All the atom, all the power. And the Rapture trembled. But in the end, even the Rapture was not enough for you. Your father was terrified the world would try to steal the secrets of his city. But not you, for now you have stolen the terrible secrets of the world.
As you can tell, Bioshock is filled with philosophical ideals, such as Andrew Ryan's vision of a utopian city. But what are these philosophical ideas, and what on earth are they doing in a video game? It is clear upon inspection that the philosophical ideas in Bioshock originate from the objectivist philosophy of Ayn Rand. Alyssa Rosenbaum was born in Russia on the 2nd of February 1905. Her father was a hard-working middle-class man, and her mother considered herself to be an intellectual. Both would have a profound impact on her. All her life she was enthralled with foreign lands, particularly America, with New York taking on an almost mythical status to her. She was heavily influenced by adventure stories and disdained the fantasies and fairy tales of her native country. She fell in love with movies, especially the ones about daring individualistic heroes like Zorro. However, there were major obstacles and events that would profoundly shape her and her approach to life. The Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 was horrific to her, as they stood for everything she was against. Furthermore, the Bolsheviks shut down her father's business, which threw her family into extremely difficult economic troubles. She wouldn't be able to escape Russia until 1925, when she was finally granted a 6-month passport to America. After a short trip through Germany, she arrived in her beloved New York in February 1926. She eventually moved to Chicago and finally Hollywood as she worked on a career as a screenwriter. Over time, her writing career would flourish, and her ideas were shown through her fiction, in such works as We the Living, Anthem, The Fountainhead, and Atlas Shrugged. Many of her ideas were in direct response to and criticism of communism and collectivism, both of which were popular before the Cold War. She would eventually give her philosophy the name Objectivism, and write about it in nonfiction, but she always considered her theories truly manifested in her novels.